There are mysteries that are so eerie and strange that they boggle the mind for days on end. The case of Elisa Lam is one of them. In February of 2013, this 21-year-old student from Vancouver, Canada, was found dead inside the Cecil Hotel's rooftop water tank in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles County Department of Coroner ruled the death accidental due to drowning and said that no traces of drugs or alcohol were found during the autopsy. However, there is much more to the story than what is implied by the police reports. The first piece of evidence that needs to be considered is an elevator surveillance tape that recorded Elisa's behavior only a few minutes before she lost her life. The 4-minute video you are now watching shows Elisa pressing all of the elevator buttons and waiting for it to move. Seeing that the elevator doors are not closing, she starts behaving extremely bizarrely. At first, Elisa enters the elevator and apparently presses all of its buttons. She then waits for something to happen, but for some reason, the elevator door doesn't shut. She starts to look around, as if she's expecting or hiding from someone or something. At 1 minute and 57 seconds, her arms and hands start moving in a very strange manner, almost not human, as she appears to be talking to someone, something, or nothing at all. She then walks away. The elevator door then shuts and appears to start working again. Right after the events of the video, Elisa apparently gained access to the rooftop of the hotel, climbed into its water tank, and somehow ended up drowning in it. Her body was found 2 weeks after her death, after hotel guests complained about the water's taste and color. Seeing the surveillance footage, most people would conclude that she was under the influence of drugs. However, Elisa did not have a history of drug use, and her autopsy concluded that no drugs were involved. When one looks at the context and the circumstances of this death, things become even more mysterious. Los Angeles authorities ruled in June of 2013 that Elisa Lam's death was accidental and that she was, quote, probably bipolar. That being said, some questions remain unanswered. How did Elisa, who was obviously not in her right mind, end up in the hotel's water tank, an area that is difficult to access? Here's a news report describing the water tank area.
A grim discovery at a downtown LA hotel. Police say the body found in a hotel water tank is that of a 21-year-old Canadian tourist, Elisa Lam. KTLA's Eric Spillman joins us live now from downtown LA with the latest on her mysterious death. Good morning.
Hi, Megan. I just got off the phone with the coroner's office, and they're talking about performing an autopsy on the body, perhaps as soon as tomorrow. The cause of death is going to be an important piece of the puzzle here. What a bizarre discovery it was yesterday. Let me show you some pictures of firefighters on the roof here of the Cecil Hotel. The body was found in a large water tank on the rooftop. People staying at the hotel complained of low water pressure, so a maintenance worker went up to check. He found the naked body of a woman in her 20s at the bottom of one of the tanks. Firefighters had to use a saw to cut a hole in the tank, drain the water out, and remove the body. Now, they've identified her as 21-year-old Elisa Lam. She's from Vancouver, Canada, was last seen at the Cecil on January the 31st. Police are calling her death suspicious, not yet calling it a murder, and they're saying they cannot rule out foul play. Here's what's really interesting. Investigators did a thorough search of the hotel including the rooftop area, 3 weeks ago, and they used search dogs to do it. Also, the only way to the roof is through a locked and alarmed door that only employees have a key to. That, or you can use the fire escape. At least one resident says he heard some kind of a loud noise or explosion coming from the rooftop area the day before the woman was reported missing.
Forceful that I fell out of bed. All right, then the following day, the water system was all plugged up.
Adding to the mystery, surveillance video from the hotel elevator, the last known pictures of Elisa Lam. They show her pushing buttons in the elevator, hiding, looks like she's hiding there, waiting in the hallway for somebody, and then at one point waving her arms around. We know that she came to Los Angeles about 4 days prior to when she was reported missing. Not quite sure why she came here or whether she visited anyone here. Come back here live to the pictures of the Cecil Hotel here. You can imagine how freaked out residents were about this discovery. They actually brought in the health department to test the water from that water tank, and they did not find any biohazard. But people very, very concerned and shocked about this whole thing, and investigators with just a lot of questions and not very many answers. We'll send it back to you.
The questions that I think many of us have, when you talked about how they had to get her out, they had to cut a hole in the top apparently of it. So if that's how they had to get her out, how in the world might have she been put in, or had she got in it?
Yeah, that's, and when you think about the restrictions on how you can get up there, you have to go through a locked door. There's an alarm system that notifies the hotel if anyone's up there. It's just very strange.
Very strange.
To say
All right.
the least, yeah.
Eric, thank you.
As the reporter states in the video, the rooftop area is protected by an alarm system and the water tank is difficult to reach. How did Elisa reach that area? Also, how did she close the water tank lid? As is usually the case for strange deaths, authorities have been incredibly secretive and non-transparent during this investigation. What truly happened here? Why are there so many strange coincidences? Why was Elisa Lam acting so strange in the elevator? Was there a ritualistic aspect to this death? Is there some paranormal stuff going on there involving dark entities? Could she have been doing the elevator ritual? The mystery appears to be whole, and authorities don't seem to be wanting to probe further. Maybe some mysteries are not meant to be solved.